What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another full self-driving beta video. So today we're going to do a bit of a simpler drive. I'm always pushing the system and trying really challenging stuff, which is fun, but I've gotten some requests of like, okay, try something normal, like a way somebody would actually use the car. So I'm in this neighborhood. I just picked some random spot to go to, and we're just going to go to Starbucks. I have a gift card there, so why not? And then we might do one other destination after that, but let's just see, like, I'm at home, I'm parked on the street, and I want to go to Starbucks. I'm not going crazy pushing the system. So full self-driving beta is not finished, disclaimer. So I'm in full control and I might take over if the car does something goofy, but I have pretty high hopes that we can get a zero intervention drive here. Let's hope that'll happen. So the car is in drive and it's in hold mode. With this gray steering wheel, it means I'm driving or manual. If I double click, it'll turn blue. That means the car is making all maneuvers. So say I want to go to Starbucks, navigate to Starbucks on Plymouth Road. So now it knows where I want to go, and to go, I can just double click this stalk and it'll do it. You can see here, there's a line here for the stop line, which hopefully you can see on the road, and then it actually has the word stop and a right turn arrow. Neither of those are actually there. The car just, I don't know, is making that up. But if we want to get started on our journey, I can just double click the stalk there and boom, the car is going to take off and do what it needs to do. From here on out, theoretically, I don't need to do anything. The car should be able to handle all maneuvers. Let's hope that's the case. So we got a 5-minute, 1.5 mile drive to Starbucks and no turn signal. This is supposed to be easy. So reporting no turn signal. Yeah, so let's see how the car does. So handling this left turn, great. There is a little median thingy there, a little island in the middle. It was displayed there perfectly and the car went around it. It did cut the turn a little bit, which doesn't matter too much, and you could see it corrected itself there. So now we're creeping forward, checking for visibility, and there are no cars. And so now the car, the Tesla, sees there are no other cars, and it continues. So turns have been much, much better. This is version 8.1, which will probably be in the title. And if you're enjoying the videos, please hit like and get subscribed. It's like, you know what? You guys have been subscribing, so I really appreciate it. Now it's like 60 to 70% of people watching are not subscribed, so we can still get those numbers up a bit. If you would like, you can see we braked there for that person turning in front of us. Pretty good, a little bit hard, but not bad. We obviously avoided them, and now we can continue. So moved into the right turn lane nicely, and now we're checking for visibility. We can turn right on red here. There's a car coming, but they're turning right. I don't think the Tesla realizes that they're turning right, so it's waiting for them. And we are definitely clear to go here. And the car is waiting, which is fine. At a red light, you can go or you can wait. It's up to you. So now we continue. It is clear. That was a great move. And yeah, very nice. So here, stopping for traffic control device, it thinks that that's a stoplight for some reason, and it's not. So I did tap the accelerator, and we'll report that. I've had that problem for a while. That still has not been fixed. So we're here, right turn signal is on. This is not the correct one. Oh, very good. So it missed that one, which it should have. This is where it needs to turn. Very nice. Tiny bit close to the curb, but actually not that bad. And this is a pretty cool one because the pin takes us directly there. So we did make it into the parking lot. We had one intervention in a mile and a half, which isn't great. I didn't technically need to do that. It would have proceeded through, but it was braking unnecessarily, and there were people behind me. I didn't want to confuse them. So, man, this is pulling us like right up to the drive-through. So it's slowing down a little bit, and there we go. So we're here. Let me get my drink, and then I'll get into another neighborhood, and we'll continue. Okay, and then for those wondering, it doesn't really handle drive-throughs so much, so I can turn the system on here, and it'll continue, and I don't have a destination, so it'll just kind of randomly go somewhere. But I assume that's something they're going to need to add eventually. All right, so trip number 2 looks to be a little more complicated. It's 3.5 miles, and let's say we live here. We're parked, in front of our house on the street, and we just want to go to the grocery store. That's what I put in, Trader Joe's. So again, just double click, and the car will take us where we want to go, hopefully. So another realistic scenario, again, more complicated, but something you would do just from your house to the grocery store. So we do have some speed bumps on this road. The car handles them really well. You can see slowing down to about 17, 16 miles an hour. Very comfortable going over those speed bumps, and then it speeds back up. Very strange little mini roundabout there. The car actually handled it pretty well, going right through the yield sign. not stopping at the yield sign like it normally does. Green arrow immediately goes. It's been doing that for a while, but still impressive to see. So somebody's honking at me right now because I'm not going on red, but like I've said, you don't have to go on red. When it's red, it means stop. So if you want to wait, that's perfectly fine. So now the car's waiting for these pedestrians to cross. And the person's probably wondering why I'm not, creeping up. But here we go. And then the car, once the pedestrians leave the crosswalk, which is what you're supposed to do, the car proceeds. So very good. Even though this dude's going to be impatient. Too bad it's a red light. You don't have to go. So really good here. I'm not all that familiar with this situation. I didn't realize these were both left turn lanes, and so I wasn't sure why we weren't getting over, but I guess the car realizes that we're going to turn left and then begin to go right, so it knows to stay in this lane. So really good. See how it handles. The double left turn lanes are a little sketchy sometimes. Normally they're pretty good. Yeah, so it was a little too far. Whoa, okay, that wasn't good. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. Sometimes it's just, and that's of course the guy that was honking at me. It's goes a little too far to the left as it's doing those double left turn lanes. So again, that's why we keep our hands on the wheel, but big disengagement there. I guess we'll hit report 2. Of course, anytime I disengage or interact with the car, that gets sent back to the autopilot team, but I'm not sure if that gives them extra info or not, so we might as well click it. So now we have this. Is this stopped or is it slightly moving? Yeah, it seems like it's stopped. So the car should go around it and it's just going to stop behind it. So I'm gonna take over there because that's not very safe. I mean, nobody's behind me, but I don't want to just be stopped in the road like that, especially when people are already going so fast. So now it looks like it's going to hopefully wait. Okay, good. So it knows it needs to move to the right, but these slow dudes are in our way. And it does wait to pass them. So this is a really sharp right turn. Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. Okay, we're doing it very slowly. Wow, that was weird. Okay, I've never taken that right turn myself. And then we have a left right out. That was pretty cool. So a little goofy and slow, but really not too bad. So you can see in that last example where it just kind of stopped behind that work truck. That's why a lot of the scenarios, hold on, yep, okay, that was my fault. I had my foot on the brake just ready and then I tapped it. That's why you can see a lot of the scenarios, I just kind of take over because I don't want to goof around with that stuff and I can usually guess the car's going to just not do it correctly. But there you go. So that was 3.5 miles and it started out pretty nice. I thought we were going to have a good drive and then it just got a little too confused. So just turning it on real quick to see what it does here, because the pin is later in the parking lot. So yeah, it's just, I don't know, I'm just gonna hit the accelerator, try and get it over there, because it looks like it should take this right turn up here. Is everybody standing outside? That's weird. Must have some weird rules. Okay, yeah, you're struggling in the parking lot. Okay, let me decide what I want to do here. Okay, so let's do final thoughts on this one. I wouldn't call those drives simple exactly. I mean, but they were normal. They were normal drives that people do every day, all the time. And so those are the kind of things that the system really needs to be able to handle. Like, of course, some of these edge cases we can find, it's like, oh, well, we'll get there eventually. But a lot of that, besides maybe those work trucks stopping, wasn't too complicated in my opinion. And I think the car should have been able to detect, the car was stopped, move over, or it was going extremely slow if not stopped. And it's just not there yet. So you can see there's still a lot of stuff needed, stopping for this yellow light, which is very good, for the system to kind of get to the point where Tesla can, I don't know, like roll it out. I think it's, so the worst part of this drive, and probably one of the worst things I've experienced since I got the beta, was messing up during that left turn. Because we were almost done with the left turn. I fully expected the system to complete the left turn and have no problems and just get through the left turn and be like, okay, sweet, a left turn. And almost done with the left turn, it, for whatever reason, jerks the wheel to the left. And that's the kind of stuff, that's kind of the reason that this isn't rolled out to more people yet. So in the earnings call, they said there are 1,000 people. Okay, this guy's gonna go, even though he had a red light, but the car handled it fine. On the earnings call, they said 1,000 people are using the beta. And as far as anybody knows, there hasn't been an accident, but that's because people are hypervigilant while they're using it, which is great. So changing lanes here, kind of. There is somebody there, but there's room, so go ahead. So yeah, just some of this goofy stuff you can see. And another question I've been getting a lot is, are my cameras clean? Yes, my cameras are definitely clean. So I try to check every drive. I forget a lot, but they don't usually get too dirty. So, but I'll wipe them off every once in a while. So anyway, yeah, the stats are here, whatever. It was 1.5 miles and then 3.5 miles. And the per mile is not going to look great because we did have at least one intervention and all this stuff. So anyway, hope you enjoyed. I look forward to talking to you about this one down in the comments, and you will see me in the next video. Yeah, move over. You got a left turn here. You gonna do it? Yeah, see, it's gonna miss this left turn. What the heck? Let's see what it tries to do. Yeah, like, no good. No good. Oh my God, this guy turned in front of us. Oh boy.
So Autopilot and I are happily driving along. So Autopilot and I are happily driving along.